Asbjorn Asbjornsson, Jarl of Latium, Count of Rome, and accomplished siege engineer, sat in his tent staring out at the Serbian castle in front of him. His men had surrounded it for weeks now, and they showed no signs of surrender. Asbjorn needed a quick, decisive end to this petty war for these few castles. Their enemy, King Boris of Serbia, previously of Bulgaria, had no men to withstand him. He can't stop their Norsemen from crushing his castles and slaughtering his men. The Jarl of Latium didn't understand the Christian king's logic. He was losing men and losing lands. He had no choice and no other chance to win. Better to concede and avoid further bloodshed. Either way he played it, Asbjorn couldn't wait any longer. He had ordered tunnels to be dug under the castle walls and siege ladders to be built from the surrounding woodlands. He would collapse the tunnels on one side and rush the walls on the other, splitting their already scattered and starving garrison. It would be a slaughter for them, but he expected to lose no more than 30 men. He smiled. He enjoyed figuring out solutions to the puzzles of fortifications. The usual Viking way was always to meet in open battle and overwhelm the opposition with ferocity and skill, but these new lands demanded a change in that thought. Asbjorn believed that's what allowed his father, Asbjorn Eriksson I, to be so successful in his lands of stone towers and thick walls. This familiar talent for sieges and problem solving certainly was present in his brother Sigbjorn. Asbjorn remembered their early days of his manhood. He and Sigbjorn had both been taught and guided by their father in ways of war. Admittedly, they were less naturally gifted in commanding and tactics than their father, but in Sigbjorn's case, he made up for it on the battlefield. He was blessed by the gods. Odin had made him a berserker, and that commanded respect that can't be earned. The last time he had fought alongside his brother and truly his friend had been during the Great Raid of Egypt. Asbjorn had been in command of one of the two hosts when he had gotten ambushed by a powerful Muslim army. The battle was slowly turning in the Muslims' favour, but thankfully Sigbjorn's army quick marched for over 6 hours to reach him and entered the fray without rest. Together they beat back the Egyptian masses. King Sigbjorn was insatiable that day, ripping grown men's limbs from torsos and heads from necks, possessed with the strength of a bear and the hunger of a wolf. Along with the reinforcements came Jarl Eid, his father's legendary but aged chief general. He threw himself at the Muslim ranks like a man searching for Valhalla in a glorious death. Instead, he found himself the survivor and champion of yet another resounding victory. It wasn't surprising then when he drank heavily in the victory feasting, getting into brawls with men a quarter of his age. He died in a drunken rage, axe in hand and a curse on his lips from a heart attack. His body was burnt on the Nile. Asbjorn looked out on the battlements again. The raid, now that he thought more about it, was something that would become stuff of legends. And he was a part of it. He had sailed past the lighthouse of Alexandria, pillaged the tombs of forgotten Egyptian pharaohs under the impressive yet impractical pyramids, and sacked their Muslim cities and mosques. The gold that had been taken was nothing to the glory that the legends written about them would bring to their house and name. The sons of Asbjorn Eriksson, Sigbjorn and Asbjorn Asbjornsson, who raided and sacked along the Nile. Hello everyone and welcome back to the Raiders of the Adriatic with King Sigbjorn, where we are currently involved in two wars, one that we have almost won for this small area of Serbia, which is now its own kingdom, which is interesting, even though we're going to take the Serbian bit of Serbia away, which will be interesting to see if they change name. That's going to be strange. But also, we're at war with Duke Guy for the third time. He's still alive, somehow. No idea how. Hopefully, we can finally take him captive this time. I would love to be able to take him captive, or at least his sons. That would be epic. Off screen, I've done loads and loads of guardianships and betrothals and marriages between all the young people and the promising characters for the future within our kingdom. So there may be a lot of stuff popping up once I press unpause. And I haven't added any custom characters yet, as you know, we've got no lands to give away. So there's no point adding them until we've got lands to give away, else, as we know, they won't produce heirs. So let's get straight into the episode. Here we go. Let's continue our war. We've got 3,100 men, which we are now sailing over to Italy. And then we left 1,000 men, led by our brother Asbjorn, here in Serbia, just to finish off this war for us. I think one more siege will probably do the trick, maybe 2 at a push. We do only need that 90% war score as well now. Thanks, Chris, for reminding me of that. I completely forgot all about that. To the implicable Sigbjorn, we are happy to accept your proposed education agreement and a noble upbringing for a noble spirit. Now, this was Count Birger of Vinland, so we've managed to set one for him. We've done loads. I literally did a ridiculous amount for literally all of the custom characters and their sons, daughters. I've set up marriages, and yeah, loads are popping up. And there's probably going to be some more. Here they all come. So hopefully that will give us some pretty decent and interesting characters in the future and get them developing a little bit better, because the second generation aren't great, but we didn't have a lot to work with in the earlier days, but now there's that many good courtiers about and they're having good children with good inheritable traits. Hopefully they're going to spread even better over time, and looking into the third generation, they look pretty impressive. One of our prisoners has just died. No idea who he is. He's no one of importance. Doesn't matter. So, right, our army's about to land. How much? Right, they've got more manpower than us, which is annoying, but that's fine. I'm not going to march onto their lands just yet. The sacking of Vukovar? Count Unjan has paid the price for High Chieftain Kokel's avarice. With the fall of the settlement of Vakov, swaths of greater Vukovars are left undefended. Unopposed, the Balatoin raiders have run rampant, kidnapping and enslaving every skilled worker they can find. That's in our lands as well, isn't it? Or if, one of our people have done it to their lands, okay. Pay a wear gold for the lost. You pay 30 gold to Count Unjan, which improves his opinion of us. Yes, so we will do that if we can improve our vassals to like us a little bit more. And I butchered so many names in that, even more names than usual. And the faction targeting us has disbanded, which is good. Right, we could march for their capital. I'm a bit wary with only 3,000 men. You know, we've got so much money. Why not use a little bit of it? Can we hire the Holy Order? Not available. That's a shame. It would have been nice. Wow, over 2,000 in strength now. Awesome. Right, what shall we hire? What have we got down here? We've got 1,000 cavalry, 500 archers, 500 spearmen, 500 heavy infantry, and then just 681 normal levies. 3 champions. Who have we got? Gudfred, Tripmir, and Jarl Halbjorn. Right, let's go for... Should we just go for some pikemen, or should we go for some more horses? Let's go for the Sicily band. Why not? Hire. They have turned up over there. That's not too bad. Let's sail them over. Just a little bit of reinforcement, because I think we're going to need those extra men. And we've got a ridiculous amount of gold. We could probably afford pretty much every band there. We're not actually sieging anything. Yes, we are still besieging. That's fine. Let's get that out of the way. What's in a name? With the babe cradled in her arms, Queen Halla looks up at me, her face surprisingly serene. My love, let us name him Sigbjorn after you, your son Sigbjorn Erikson. He's already named that. A lovely idea, Sigbjorn it is. Actually, I had something else in mind. He was already called Sigbjorn, wasn't he? But yeah, okay, yeah, let's call him Sigbjorn. He has got the hail trait, which is cool. A helpful warning. I have received a missive from Queen Ermengarde of Italy. It claims that Count Ragnar, my steward, has requested support in a plot against me. There is nothing I value more than loyalty. Hence why I share this with you. Let's have a look. Our steward and vassal. He's not very intrigue focused, but I will confront Ragnar in person. We gain a weak hook on him, which could be good. He is guilty and will be publicly accused. The queen can't be trusted. My vassals have my support. She loses opinion of us, and he gains liege looking after him. Let's confront him in person and see what he has to say about such matters. Confession. Count Ragnar can do nothing but confess when he is confronted with Queen Ermengarde's letter. It was not, how can I make this right again? He crosses his arms, but I can see the fear written on his face. Do everything I say, and you will be spared. I do forgive if you let people know of my generosity. You gain active benevolence for 10 years. Count Ragnar gains close watch for 5 years. Do everything I say. I want that weak hook. I want you in my pocket, my son. Right. A faction has been created against us. Again, we are replenishing troops here, though, so it's not the end of the world. And a noble guest has arrived. Let's have a look at you. What's so noble about you? What have you got claims on chief? Okay, a couple of chiefdoms. Any chiefdoms that are near? Oh, wow, no. Right up in northern Poland, so that doesn't interest me in the slightest. Way too far away for us to do anything with. 84% in this war now. Pretty sure that we can't enforce demands till 90%. So, but we're nearly there. As soon as that siege falls, we'll have that under our... And Duke Guy has captured our niece. We need to go and take care of that bastard. Oh, I hate him so much. I absolutely hate him. I don't think I've ever hated a bit of code so much. Right, we've got 4,000 troops here now. Perfect. Merge those together. Let's march on to Duke Guy's capital and hope that we can capture some valuable hostages. Let's get this war over with, and then we can get these 1,000 men over here. How long have we got left in this siege? A month. Right, so we've won that siege, but they've managed to unsiege a bit of land. They've actually got a bit of an army there with some allies, so let's go take care of them as Asbjorn, and then we really need to take care of Duke Guy, but he's had extra reinforcements now arrive, which is worrying. Quite satisfied. Halla has been asking me for a ragdoll for a long time, and I told her I would get one for her in 3 months if she displayed more focus in her studies. She responded that she was fine with her current dedication to her studies, reward or no reward. Oh. We all learn to live with our lot in life. She gets content. I should teach her to be more flexible. She will get fickle. No, thank you. Or we can get her to get trust in the same... No, she can keep content. It's not too bad. She's not, like, in line to inherit or anything, so content would be a decent trait for her to have. Unworthy peasants. While I was in the castle town with Dyer, his attention was caught by a criminal chained in the pillory. Dyer lifted his head and made a show of ignoring the criminals begging for water. Good, let him know his place. Yes, let the criminals know their place. And we are actually replenishing troops here somehow, which is surprising considering we're in enemy territory. But yeah, let's slaughter this army. We're nearly at that 90%, which is perfect. And some of their allies seem to have just disappeared, which is perfect. So we'll carry on getting that under siege, and then we can take care of Duke Guy after. I am a bit worried about the valuable hostages that he's getting, but we're in a pretty good position. We should be completely fine, fingers crossed. And at least we'll get a bit of land here as well, which is also brilliant. Perfect, 100%. Asbjorn has managed to win that battle. We will enforce our demands. To the obnoxious King Sigbjorn, your low character is the subject of a Greek plays. You are a much greater foe than I imagined. In order to put an end to this bloodshed, I will comply with your demands. So be it. Perfect. That gets us a nice little bit more land. I'm surprised that Serbia is still Serbia. Do they even have any Serbian land? They have the tiniest bit, like literally one county, which is still Serbian. So I suppose they could keep the title. Let's sail our army over with the rest of our army, get our troops together, station a couple of 100 besiegers, and then take the rest of our force and bring it down upon Duke Guy. Did anything really happen in that battle? We lost 73 men, that's it really. We've got a couple of situations. We've got some titles that can be created. Perfect, 2 titles. The Duchy of Arashka. Yes, create title. Perfect, we'll keep it to ourselves for now. Oh no, we have too many duchies, so we will have to give that away, unfortunately. I didn't know we had 3 duchies. The Yardom of Arashka. Oh, the Yardom of Slavonia. We've still got that. We do need to give that away then. So who have we actually got in those lands? We've got Chieftain Aslak, our brother. We could make Aslak a Jarl, which would be quite a good idea. We've got Count Ragnar, who obviously was trying to betray us. And then we've got Count Ogden as well. He's pretty decent. He's a good diplomat. He could be decent, but I think we'll go with our brother. Oh, and we've also got this other area. Oh, that's a Croatian. No, we'll go with our brother. Let's grant title. The chiefdom... Not the chiefdom of Rashka, sorry. The Yardom of Slavonia. Slavonia, sorry. There we go. Perfect. He's now a Jarl. Hopefully it'll keep him on side. It does mean that we now need a new Chancellor. We've lost our Chancellor. Jarl Asbjorn is actually pretty good at that. We've got Jarl Aslak as well. We'll go with Aslak and our Steward. We've got Toke, who's already doing something else, but we'll reassign him. I think he's just a tax collector. And then we'll need a new tax collector. Do we have anyone with decent stewardship? We'll go with Jarl Hilborn. Perfect. And then we've also got that other duchy to give away, but we'll give that away when we know a little bit more about that land that we've just obtained. We'll wait for now. We can create the Kingdom of Romagna, of course, but I'm not going to do that just yet, because obviously that kingdom will then split upon our death, which we do not want. I'm guessing we'll be able to usurp the Kingdom of Serbia as well soon. Strange art. A famous painter lives not too far from where I live. I paid him a visit to see what his latest works of art were. To my surprise, it seems like he's experimenting with some rather unusual ideas. Depictions of strange, if not horrifying, outer-worldly creatures, unorthodox mixtures of colours and shapes, concepts not seen elsewhere, and more. Yet, I can't deny these odd experiments in art have their charm. Charming as they are, this art is too strange for my taste. I'm sure someone appreciates this kind of art somewhere. I love this splendid idea, so bold and brash. An affront to our sensibilities, he must paint more acceptable things. You gain censors art, I'm not bothered about that. What do we need more? We need prestige more, so let's go for that. And we have won our siege over Duke Guy's lands. Have we managed to take anyone of importance? Let's have a look. But we did lose a siege at the same time. You captured Duke Guy's daughter-in-law. Well, that's a bit shit. But we did manage to get 17 gold. His daughter-in-law, that's awful. Why couldn't we have got his actual, like, son? But let's have a look then. We'll execute her anyway. I don't think... Well, we probably could ransom her, but I'm not going to. Which one is she? Is she the right one? No, that's not her. So we can ransom her, so we will ransom her. We can actually get something for her. 25 gold. Which one is it? It was you, wasn't it? Yes. Yes, it is. Right. Let's get some of our own back then. Execute. And sacrifice to the gods. Duke Guy's daughter-in-law. There's a little bit of revenge. Not enough revenge, of course. Nowhere near enough revenge. Let's start trying to lift some of these sieges as we chase down his host. Strategical impasse. I am sitting around the map table with Jarl Hjorborn and Jarl Asbjorn discussing our strategy for the ongoing war. Hjorborn eagerly points out all the prime targets that we should immediately send raiding parties to pillage, while Asbjorn sits back and patiently advocates for us to secure critical locations and wait for the enemy to come to us instead. It is my right to decide our ultimate course. We'll employ both of these so that we make them both happy. Right, they've got 4,600 men there. We've got about 5,000. So, yeah, let's keep our armies together. They've got one of our provinces under siege again. That's fine. We're going to chase them down now. And we do have an available perk to spend. Serve the crown, improve our dread. Yeah, we'll go with that. We're not going to fill another tree out, but I'd rather have more dread. And your acquaintance. Oh, we've had an acquaintance die. And the King of Sweden has took our place as head of the culture. That's fine. And our acquaintance, Guthrum, has died. Rex's character. Well, he was pretty old. He's lived for a long time. Who is the new count? His son, Count Sinin. Okay, 17 years old. Wow. Very, very decent stewardship. He's pretty impressive, actually. Not bad. Not bad at all. Right, we've got our armies together. 5,000 strong. Let's march on to Rome. Maybe we can actually pick up some extra manpower that way. Just by walking through our lands, maybe we'll be able to replenish it, and then we're going to go for Duke Guy's host and see if we can do some serious damage to the prick. He has got his allies very close, which is annoying. But we'll see what we can do. And Mats is not swayed. Are we still trying to sway him? I need to change that. And spouse's skills. Queen Halla gained major strategic expertise. Perfect. That's good. And we have managed to replenish some men. Let's go and attack this army of 2,000. Our brother was taken prisoner. Jarl Aslak was taken prisoner. Who by? Taken prisoner by Count Ragnar after he won the Battle of Zagreb. Who are you at war with then? Defending against Count Trippier in his claim on the Jarldom of Slavonia. Okay, interesting. We've only just gave you that. Does that mean that your other vassals are going against you? That's a bit annoying if so. Well, you're going to lose that war now anyway. Can we ransom him? Use a hawk? No. And for 100 gold? No. We can't ransom him no matter what. So Aslak, it looks like Aslak's time as Jarl is not going to last very long. And here we go. Let's attack his allies' army and completely crush them. They're not going to get away in time. And then we can chase down the main army. Who is this here? Enemy commander Count Guy. Is that his... Yes, Duke Guy's son. Oh my god, if we can capture him, that would be so good. You can no longer have an alliance with Aslak because he is no longer a ruler. He's been released. Wow, he's literally not even a chief anymore. And their army actually decided to march back, both of them. So we've actually slaughtered them both. Yeah, and we've put them into retreat. Perfect. Did we manage to get any hostages at least. We lost 287 men, and we killed 1,000 of theirs. And who is this? Count Guy. Yes, his son was killed by Count Rudolf. Awesome. Yes, we've managed to kill Duke Guy's son. That is perfect. Oh, it's been a long time coming, but we are finally getting revenge upon this dickhead. We need a new diplomat. Let's go for... We don't have one at all. This is terrible. We'll look into it after the war. Right, time to start lifting these sieges then. We'll station some sieges and then we'll chase down Duke Guy's army, hopefully. Oh, we've got 2 prisoners who can be ransomed. Let's have a look at you. What can we ransom you for? 10 gold. We'll keep hold of you for now. And the other one is a countess. That's just his wife. Okay. Now we'll keep hold of both of them for now. And it would seem that Duke Guy's army is coming back for round 2, which is fine, because our army is going to march back so that we meet you there. Perfect. Is he going to retreat? No, he's not. So he's going to get absolutely slaughtered. That trap has worked pretty well. I left an undefended army there so that we could then get him to entice him back. And now our 4,000 men have arrived to slaughter. And our champion Vlad was wounded, which is not good. And there we go, 12%. Our forces have managed to capture a count, which is perfect. Our glory is widely known. We managed to slaughter 1,500 of their men again, which is even better. And we'll keep hold of our prisoners for now. Thank you very much. Now we just need to lift this siege. We're at 12%. Let's send those 500 men, which should be enough to lift the siege here. And we'll leave the other 4,000 here, just in case Duke Guy's armies do come back, which they probably are going to do. And we've managed to capture another count, which is perfect. Considering that we've weakened them so much, let's station some more besiegers here. And then let's chase down his host. Let's get someone in charge of this. Let's go with Oh, no, we're getting into a fight with one man, which is interesting. But yeah, these 400 men. Let's get Asbjorn in charge of these with his siege leader abilities. Wherever he is. Why? Where is Asbjorn? No idea. For some reason he's not there, so we'll go with you. You're a siege leader. And we've managed to lift one of the sieges. Perfect. Let's march this other army onto here then to lift the siege there. These 3,000 men. Let's try and chase down Duke Guy's orders. Holy Order expands again. Wow, how strong is it going to be now? It is. No, it's 2,000 still. So maybe it hasn't. Or unless it just hasn't gone through yet. Oh, vengeance. Finally. After all this time, I have the vile Duke Guy of Capoa at my mercy. When I heard of my sister Freya's death at his hands, I swore I would have my vengeance, and I am a man of my word. I will tear his ribs into blood wings. Oh, the man is yours, great Odin. Duke Guy is just killed normally. I have other plans for him. No, I will tear his ribs into blood wings. Let's blood eagle him. Which, we did have a 100% war score. Now we don't, it's 36, but it was more than worth it just so that we could blood eagle that bastard. We've killed his son, and now we've blood eagled Duke Guy. Who is the new leader of this war then? It is Duke Fresco, who is his grandson. Well, I wonder if he'd be willing to accept a white peace. We got what we wanted from this war. I'll take the white peace. We've got our revenge. We can end this war and let our troops replenish. Trusting me. Hala has been asking for a ragdoll for a long time. Didn't she already have this episode? And I told her I would get her one in 3 months if she displayed more focus in her studies. Ever since I made the promise, she has been redoubling her efforts. I will never deceive you, Hala. She gains the trusting trait. Perfect. And the war is over. Perfect. Let's disband all of our men. Right, now let's look into some of these other issues that we have now got. Like you, Duchess. I do not want you. Can I revoke your title? I'm pretty sure that I can just take it away from you. She's going to lose 80% of us. This is an act of tyranny, causing your subjects to lose 20% opinion of you. Which is annoying. She's only got 133 men. I don't want her. I don't mind one of the others being it, but I want one of our Norsemen in charge. Maybe even if it was Ragnar or Ogden. Either of those would do, but I don't want you in charge. Got 4 prisoners that can be ransomed. Let's have a look what we've got. 10 gold, yep. 50 gold, very nice. 50 gold for you as well, and another count, 50 gold. We're going to make a lot of money from that at least, which is nice. Yeah, I want to revoke your title. Maybe you might accept. Let's demand your conversion. If you're willing to convert, maybe I'll change my mind. And we've got a ransom. Yep, accept. And how is Talir getting... not Talir, that's his father. Jarl Halfston is 67% in his war, so that's fine. To my liege, my faith is too strong to be swayed by your earthly words. I'd rather attain my reward in heaven. Then I'm sorry, but I'm going to have to revoke your titles, even if it does upset you. She's probably going to rebel against us, but I don't care. I'm not having you. Yeah, rally the troops. You've got 160 men. This is going to be insanely, insanely easy. Let's move our rally point on the border. And we'll just raise all the men, which is complete overkill, but at least it'll end it a bit quicker if we just send the men straight in. We've managed to increase our control in a county, so let's send you to do that elsewhere. We've got a lot of problems all over the place. Let's go with Felstad. Child of my dynasty, my daughter Herja has given birth to a daughter. Since the little one is part of the Eriksson dynasty, she should be blessed with a good name after a family member. Let's name her after Herja. Let's continue the... And she's got hail. Yeah, let's continue the Herja trend that we've got going on there. And I'm just sieging these very quickly and forwarding along because there's not really much point in... She's got 24 men, so there's no point as actually going into this war. And spouse, further education. It would not hurt you to read a book once in a while, my wife, the studious Queen Halla, often tells me. She has offered to be my tutor if I need some help to get started. Yes, I would appreciate your guidance. Yeah, why not? And we gain the trait Tough Soldier. She's actually managed to increase our martial ability, which is perfect. And our friend Kukamir has died, which is good. He was beginning to be a bit of a problem, our Serbian lord, so that's fine. Who is the new lord? Chieftain Kosmin. Okay, hopefully he'll behave a little bit better. Let's station some besiegers here and then send the rest onto the last tribe up there. I am proud to see my daughter no longer as a child, but as an adult. For the longest time, I was hoping that good tutelage would be enough to teach Freya the intricacies of careful planning. All efforts have come to naught, however. While she has shown herself fully capable of petty scheming, few would call it refined, but refinement is not always what you need. She's a flamboyant trickster, and she's got 17 intrigue. I'd say that's fairly successful, and we've managed to win that war, which is perfect. And she's now married as well to a Jarl, which is perfect, so be it. War over. Disband all. Now we can give. And we will give that back to Aslak. Too far... Oh, we can't interact with him. That's annoying. Chieftain Loki. Where's Loki in charge of again? Ah, over there. And what about our other brother? Chieftain Ivar. Do you know what? We'll keep that title to ourselves for now then, and we'll sort it out at the beginning of the next episode. We'll land somebody else there and give them that title. Same with our new Serbian lands as well. Actually, we do already have some counts here. Count Vasil. Ah, so we actually have like subjugated them. So we actually do have, and they're both Bulgarian and Orthodox, which is going to be interesting. And then there's the little bit of land that we have ourselves. Okay, yeah, but we will end this episode here, guys. So thank you all so much for watching as always. I really do appreciate it, and I really hope that you enjoyed. Don't forget to like and comment down below and join the Discord server. And I'll see you all very soon for the next episode.